All right, you guys. Good evening. I want to introduce to you one of my mentors, one of my good friends, one of my big brothers. Definitely gave us a wealth of knowledge back at our mastermind in August of 2019. Dropped a bomb on us about real estate. He's a man, wealth of knowledge with business credit, nonprofits, but really, really loves real estate, which is what he's going to be talking about on tonight. So if you guys have questions about real estate, just listen to what he has to say first, and then we'll try to do a Q&A at the end if that's okay. All right, Charles, you can take it away.
And if they want to remember, they can chat it, put it in the chat box. That may help. You never know. Well, I'm going to say thank you to Coach Max for doing what you do. You out there killing it. I see it. I'm watching. Everybody's watching. Believe you me, they are watching you, lady. They watching to see what you're going to do next. I guarantee.
You hear me. You hear me.
They may not say nothing. And some people are going to get with you probably in a year, maybe even 2 years. They'll be like, I've watched you for 2 years. That's exactly what they're
right,
gonna do.
Right.
And all you can do is keep getting better. That's it.
Exactly. And that's one of the things I didn't say, and then you can get started, is one of the things I'm big on in my academy is getting these women to make sure that their credit is together, that they leverage their credit in order to make investments. I'm really big on that. So real estate is one of the oldest things in a book. And that's why I keep bringing it up, because essentially when they do make profits in their passive investments, things like Forex and, e-commerce, I want them to take it to real estate. So that's why we had and brought you on tonight.
Got you. I'm going to start from the basics of real estate and kind of walk through it that way and tell you all the different things real estate touches in my world, and it could be in your world as well. If I had to start real estate today, like if I didn't know anything about real estate, if I had to start today, let me see where I would start at. I tell people, because I get this question a lot, I tell people, you're gonna have to go all in. And what I mean by that, to break it down, I tell people you're gonna have to go to events, you're gonna have to go to real estate events, non-real estate events. And people say, well, where are those located? You can go to www.meetup.com and start looking for events. I don't care if you want to be planting, you do flowering and putting plants together, or pottery, or whatever you do. You have to go out and meet those people. And when I say those people, it's people out there with money. There's no shortage of money. There's no shortage of money. There's no shortage of money. There's a shortage of ideas to get to the money. That's what my mentors tell me, that they just keep pounding it into me. Charles, there's no shortage of money. And so I truly believe that now, because I've been out there and I've been around those people who have the funding to say, hey, if you got the right deal, we got 100 million sitting over here. We got 5 million sitting over here. So it's just going out to find the right people. So everybody, I don't care where you stay at in the country, everybody's doing some form of real estate. What you're going to have to do is go to your local real estate investment club or your real estate meetings. There's meetings, at least I would say 2 hours within everybody that's on the call right now, or everybody that's going to see this in the future. It's at least meetings 2 hours in your radius. Some people won't drive 10 minutes to a meeting. That's on you. It depends on how bad you want to get the information. So there's people around your area that's doing meetups and doing meetings and hosting and doing all this kind of stuff. You're going to have to go if you really want to start to learn from people and learn your market, because everybody's market is different. The market I'm in, Virginia, is different than the California market. That's a high class market to some extent. Well, not really high class. They just spend more for their property. And that's different places have different markets. You're going to have to start meeting these people. And let me tell you how you make some quick money in real estate. What I do, I go to these events, I meet these people, I tell them I do real estate. I don't tell them I'm a wholesaler, I'm a flipper, none of that. I just say I'm a real estate investor. And I give them my card, I switch cards with them, and I talk to them about their business, whether it be a carpenter, whether it be a painter, I don't care what it is. I'm looking to see if they do referrals. So that's one thing that a lot of people don't even get, the referral money. I don't care if somebody give you $50 because you told two people and now they got together and you got $50. I'll take $50. $50 plus another $50 plus another $50 may pay a cell phone bill. That's my mentality. My mentality is a little different than most people. And so what I like to do And I'm gonna show y'all how I did this as well. So I got one guy, he paid me $7,000 because he literally almost built a whole house. So he paid me referral money like that, 7,500, 200, $50. I don't care. It's just money that I just tie people together. So that's one way you can start to making the money. The one thing you won't have to do in this education is lacking across the country. I don't care what state I go to. I was just down in Atlanta handling some business down there. I got to keep going back and forth to Atlanta, back and forth to Oklahoma, back and forth to California, and I go up to Maryland a little bit. So it's education though. I'm meeting a lot of people. I pull their cars and I show them, and I see how I can help them. Most people in it for the money, and I get it. I was the same way, but my goal is to help people. And if you can help people, then you're going to get what you need. You're going to get what you want after you put the helping thing out there. I had one lady, she didn't want to wholesale her house to me. She didn't want to do a lease option with me. And so I was like, well, she wanted full asking price. And I'm just not a full asking price type of guy. So I was like, well, what I can do, I can talk to some realtors and see if they have some people looking for a house like yours. And she said, well, Charles, why are you going to do that? She said, you're not going to make any money doing that. I said, it's not about the money. And then she said, but I mean, you don't get anything. I said, well, that's where my blessings come from. I said, it's bigger than this. So my blessings come from helping people. So if you help more people, that's just in my world. Everybody's world is different. And so another thing, I'll give y'all a form I use as well when I'm speaking to the people who are actually going to buy houses from me for sale by owners. I work with a lot of for sale by owners. I don't really like working on the multiple listing service called the MLS and working with realtors and agents because they have to get paid in the transaction. And if it's on the MLS, the bank has access to it and the bank want all their money. They want all their money. And I'm not an all their money type of guy. So if I work with a for sale by owner type person, they can make the rules in a sense. So it's different state by state. I know in the state of Illinois, they changed the laws to say people who don't have a license, because I never had a license. And I'm not going to say I never get one, but I really don't want it because then they can kind of control what I do and how I do business. I don't do the regular real estate. I'm more of a negotiator. I'm more of a let's find the problem and let's fix the problem. Everything is legal because it's done with the lawyer. So that's where I am with real estate. Some other things that I would ask y'all to do is you have to set, and I know Max already has y'all doing this, it's like you're journaling and stuff like that because people I have them journal and it's like, what have you done for me lately type stuff. It sounds good to say, you're out there, you're going to meetings, but I want to know how many phone calls you've made, how many appointments you went on. I don't care about the deals being closed. I need the education part first. And this is the big reason why. And if you're really into real estate, this could be this could be a scenario that you come across. So I met this lady on social media and I saw her posting stuff on multifamily and stuff like that. And she actually hit me up and we had a conversation. And she said she lost out on a deal. And I was like, wow, what happened? She said she posted multifamily and this guy reached out to her. They got on the phone and he started asking her questions and she couldn't answer the questions. And this guy had 20 million. Yep. He wanted to find a property for about 20 million. And once you do that 20 million, y'all can run numbers real quick. 3% of 20 million, because that's what she was going to get. She can get anywhere, you can get anywhere from 1 to 5% of 20 million. Let me do those numbers because I'm not good at math, but I know my numbers though, right? You ain't got to be good at math, but you need to know them numbers. That's a nice paycheck. 60, my goodness. So what she did, that's 20 million, 3% of 20 million is 600,000. So and that's what you get at closing. So if she did a deal and the deal is 20 million, you can make anywhere from 1% to 5%. That's an acquisition fee. So she really messed up on 600,000 because her education was lacking. It happens. And I see it so much across the country. A lot of people don't want to get the right education. They just kind of out there And I get it from people when they try to call me and say, hey, Charles, I don't know why they try to impress me. I don't have a clue. They try to say that I get people on the phone. I had 2 guys on the phone and they were talking about deals. And we'll talk about, you don't need a license, but I don't have a license. You don't need a license, and I'll show you how to get around it. But it's not really get around it. It's just doing real estate without a license. That's all it is. So the guys got in touch with me, and I asked them, what they're looking for, and they said, well, the price don't matter. And I was like, price always matters. I don't care who you are. Nobody has an unlimited bank account to where they can just say, hey, no, $5 billion? Yeah, I'll just stroke a check for $5 billion. And then I had a deal down in Miami that was it was hitting $1 billion, 1.3 billion. And then the guy was like, no, not like that. I said, well, then you have a price. Everybody has a price. If it's 20 million, it's 20 million. It's 50 million, it's 50 million. That's just what it is. Or if it's 150,000, it's 150,000. There's a number out there that we have a threshold. All of us do. And it's no big deal. And so the question I had, you don't need a real estate license to do real estate. I've been in this game for years. It made me an animal. There's rules to this stuff. No, you do not need a real estate license to do real estate. Now, from a legal perspective, I can't give you any legal advice, but what I can tell you, when I get the contract, anybody can buy a house. So when I'm buying a house from somebody, I have the contract in hand. I become what's known as the principal in the deal. As the principal, I can do what I want to do with that property as long as it's written in the contract. So some of my contracts may say that I'm going to lease this property and I'm going to sublease it to somebody else. I'm going to buy this property. This is not really what I really wanted. So what I'm going to do is assign this contract to somebody else. You can't act like a realtor or an agent, though. That is illegal. And that's really trying to, and I see people do this. Somebody trying to sell a house, you say, well, oh, you trying to sell the house? You mind if I sell it for you? Well, you can't really sell a house because you don't have a license to sell that house. So you just start telling people about this particular house out there. Hey, I got this house. It's a 3-bedroom, 2-bath. I'm trying to sell it, but you don't have no contract with them. So you're not a principal. You're nothing. So you're illegally trying to sell a house. You're acting as a realtor or an agent, and that's illegal. And what else also could happen is you tell somebody about that property over here, 123 Alphabet Lane, and somebody knows you don't have a contract. They can go around you on the deal and not even pay you because you don't have no contract. Legally, you're supposed to get paid. So that's what it is. So for me, let me break down this real estate thing. Real estate to me is cannabis. Because, and I'm going to tell you why. And I'm going to give you something, then I'm going to tell you the reason why. So with cannabis, you need land and you need structures. Structures being warehouses and stuff like that to put all the cannabis in. And so that's what happened to me. Years back, people started getting in touch with me and they had cannabis from out west and they was trying to get out here to the East Coast. And I'm looking for land, I'm looking for warehousing, okay? So another piece of real estate for me is nonprofit. So you have a lot of different nonprofits out there. They're trying to gravitate into the real estate industry to get money. But you see a lot of nonprofits ask for donations. A lot of people don't want to donate, but if they had structures like houses and apartment complexes, that can bring in revenue for the nonprofit to do the mission. I work with even churches. Churches are trying to get into it now as well. I work with a church right now, and they're looking to get assisted living. They're looking for residential. They're looking for housing. They're looking for real estate. And so I can do the real estate part. They do what they do on their end. And so that's how I get into all these deals, because I understand the real estate aspect of what they need. And so I do my part and then I give it back to them. The other piece is government contracting. All y'all need to be government contracted anyway. You might as well go get it because they have a lot of information and a lot of, well, we have probably about $600 billion. I don't know the exact numbers, but you can look it up online. $600 billion goes to us in the US. And depending on who you are, nationality, all that kind of stuff, you get a certain percentage of that. Women, I know some of the percentages for women of color is 3%. You have women-owned businesses out there. And you got some of y'all, if y'all get like an 8A certification, that's a 5% of the $600 billion. So it's everybody gets a percentage. If you're veteran owned, you get a percentage. That may be 3%. Don't quote me on the numbers. You can look it up. It's online. Or you can go to fedbizops.com and start looking up government contracting and stuff like that. So government contracting works with real estate as well. So another thing that real estate works with the government contracting, the government sends out information in the form, it's called the request for proposal, an RFP. So the government sends it out to everybody and say, hey, we need 10 to 20 beds in Houston, Texas. So what they'll do is whoever is in Houston or close to it, you can look at that contract and see if you fit the bill. If you have your government licenses and everything like that, you can get that contract. It's a government contract. But they're looking for 10 to 20 beds, which is the real estate side of government contracting. So if you have that and you meet that, now running quick numbers, what they do is they give out 100 for veterans. This is just veterans. I'm a veteran. So they give out $110 per person per day for veterans. Let's say you had 10 veterans, right? I'm just going to do quick math. 10 veterans, $110 times 10 times 30. $33,000 monthly coming into that one house that has 10 beds. Government contracting. Now, you might as well say half of that is expenses. I always say half is expenses. So $16,500 is coming to your pocket. You got to pay some people. You may walk around with $7,000, $8,000 profit. That's on the government contracting side. So real estate is like, it goes into so many different, and what I've done, I've partnered with people that are RNs. I've partnered with people that do cannabis. I've partnered with people that are building all these structures and stuff, just like I sent y'all today. That right there, as far as the real estate side of things, they got with me for the real estate, for just my knowledge in real estate and doing all these other deals. They said, hey, you want to be on these projects? And these guys have done, oh my gosh, they've done so much. And I sit in awe looking at their bios and what they've accomplished, from Universal Studios to town centers, and built stuff in Dubai and China. And I'm just like, wow, that's just amazing. And some of the stuff they're doing now is 200 million, 500 million. It's like, those numbers are freaking crazy. But imagine being an equity player in something like that, that's 200 million, that you can get paid for 99 years. So that's legacy building right there. That's what real estate has gotten me to right now. So for everybody that's out there right now, just doing real estate on, wherever you are, you got to start somewhere. And I would say start YouTubing. That's going to get you a lot of content. Start going to events. That's going to get you a lot of content. And start doing the actual, like meeting these people in your area, or, somebody, you can still get stuff offline, or where they can kind of break it down step by step, because I do that as well. I like to break down the numbers. Real estate to me is numbers. I don't care how cute the house is. What do the numbers say? The numbers speak. I don't care who you are listening to me right now. If you were to take real estate very serious, and I'm gonna humbly say this, 6 figures is not a lot of money. You can hit 6 figures within a 3-year period. Within a 3-year period, you can walk away from however much money you make. And I don't care if you're a surgeon out there doing whatever you're doing. I don't really care. I'm just telling you what I know from what I do and how I see the numbers. And it's all numbers to me. So the goal is, as you're going down this, and I know you're getting taught this from Max, what you're going to do is replace your income. I say replace your income as fast as you can. Just saw a lady online. She said, my car is good. Everything is good, but I want to get a new car. And I said, hey, I'm not mad at you. Do what you got to do. I don't remember the last time I had a car payment. And they say, well, what type of you drive? One that's paid off. How about that? So my mindset is different, family. And this is something y'all can use as well. So as you going through this life, and, I see people getting money from whatever it is you're doing. You made an extra 500 over here, 200 over there. Take that and pay down the credit card. You paid one off. Now you pay this one off. Now you pay the next one off. And so that's how you start to gradually get to a point to where, I don't have cable or nothing like that, but and I know some people paying cable bills of $250, and that's just crazy to me. But you gradually pay your bills down, you gradually pay your car off or whatever else, your undergrad degree, your grad degree, whatever, until you may be left with a house payment. And so this is how you get people to help you to pay your bills. So I got my first house, I rented it out, now they're helping me to pay my other house note. Then I rented it out, now they're helping me to pay my other house note. Now I rented it out, and now my bills are getting smaller. So your bills are $3,000. Now you start going down. Now your bill's $300. Now you don't have no bills because you got 10 people helping you pay your bills. Now you keeping all your money. Let's say you still working a job. You still working a job. You keeping all your money that you make and all the extras coming back to you. So that is a different pot of money. See, a lot of us don't know how much money we really need to walk away from what we're doing right now. And I'm just going to tell y'all this, and I'm going to be, transparent with y'all. So it's nothing wrong with a W-2. The goal is to have a plan, because if we go back to industrial time, the W-2, we wasn't really meant to stay working forever, because when we started working in assembly plants, and everybody was doing, this is your job. You take this and you pick it up and you put it down over here. Everything was assembly. And so now technology is taking over more. Now we can do stuff online, and you can kind of think for yourself to think like, okay, from a perspective of a W-2 and a 1099, and this is just information that's out there. There's no secrets to this stuff. As a 1099, what you can do is you can write your own ticket to me. If you look how many tax codes are for 1099 and how many for W-2, you have more for the 1099 because we get more tax write-offs. We get more chances to say, out of the, and this is another example I use. Let's say you make $100,000. You got a W-2 coming to you. I'm $100,000 in at a 1099. So what you're gonna do is the government gonna take from you already. Before you get your money, they're gonna take it from you. And that's how y'all get y'all taxes back. They're gonna take your money. So with my money, I get to keep my money first. It's not legal advice. I get to keep my money first. I get to do my expenses. And then I get to give the government from my expenses what I have. So I can literally keep 80,000 of the 100,000, 90,000 of the 100,000, 100,000 of the 100,000. I will guarantee you, I will put money on this. If you are a W-2 and you make $100,000, you're not keeping $100,000. Not going to happen. They're going to you're already cut down to about a 35%. So you may get to keep 65,000. But then you may have some expenses out there. Let's say you get to keep 70. So your 100,000 gets you 70. My 100,000 gets me 80. And we have to stop tripping. And I know this is real estate, but check it out. This is all inclusive. So we have to stop tripping. And what I mean, everybody's going on all these trips, and I get it. And I hope people are writing it off. You have to write it off. And what I mean by that, when I take my business excursions, when I travel and go on business trips, because there's real estate all over the world, right? So when I went to Aruba got real estate, right? They got houses. So I was out looking at houses. But my trip, I wrote off my trip. I wrote off my hotel. I wrote off the taxi. I wrote off 50% of the food. And I get a percentage of my money back. So what everybody else is doing, they're going to Aruba. They're doing the same thing I'm doing, but they're not writing nothing off. So that's just money gone at the end of the year. It's like your money gone. Same thing with renting. You got to get to a point to where, I don't know where you live at, depending on what part of the country you live at. I don't care if you got a bankruptcy. I don't care if you got a foreclosure. I don't care if you got a 300 credit score, which is not even a 300 out there anyway. But it doesn't matter. You still can get into a house. You can do a rent-to-own program to where you can rent to own for 2 years, show the bank you've been making them payments, and then switch it over to where you get to a 640 because you're getting your credit done anyway. Now you start paying that note. Now you have leverage. So a lot of people don't understand this leverage. You into a house, part of real estate, right? The same way you do that rent to own is the same way you can do your real estate and show other people, let me show you what I did. I just did a rent to own for myself. Now I'm going to do it for you. But in the interim, you can still make $5,000 or $10,000 by showing somebody else how you just did a rent to own on your own home, because you did it. You walked through it. Now you can show somebody else. They got to get their credit up to speed and everything like that. If you're already doing it, you can show them that too. So it's all part of the learning process to show people how to get an asset. Now with an asset, this is what I do. This is what I did. This is what I do. So you get an asset that's worth, let's say it's worth $150,000. Let's say when you bought into it, you have some equity in it. And what that means is you have access to capital to where it may be, I'm just going to throw some drastic numbers out there. Let's say it's $50,000. You moved in, you got $50,000 of equity. You just want to give up the house. Now the house was worth $100,000. You got some equity in there. You talk to a lender, not necessarily a bank, but you talk to a lender said, well, you got $50,000 of equity. Off of that 50, we'll give you 80% of that. Let's just throw a number out there. We'll give you 20,000 of the 50 in equity that you have there. So now, literally, you can get $20,000. So you take the checks to the bank, and now you put it in your bank account. Now you got 20,000. Now, as Max is showing y'all some different stuff on credit, that's another thing y'all can get is the credit, and then we'll talk business credit as well. So now you have 20,000. Now you talk to whoever else in the class, and y'all got 10 people with 20,000. Now y'all got 200,000. 200,000 at 20%, that's $1 million asset. So now y'all have a cash flowing $1 million asset, and y'all want to go multifamily. Now you in the multifamily. Y'all getting a percentage of a multifamily asset, maybe at 8%, maybe at 10%. It's there, it's a structure. You can put your hands on it, you can touch it. Stock market is cool. Everything else is cool. I like the structures as well. I like doing it all. I like putting a little bit there, a little bit there, a little bit there. So you can put it in different places. They don't just have to be in one place. And so instead of just using your whole 50 in equity, you only use 20. Somebody else used 20, somebody else used 20. So it's less risk. Still have the lawyer involved, still got to understand what you're doing in the process. But now y'all have a multifamily. Let me tell you how they building wealth out here. So you keep that multifamily from 3, 5 to 7 years. And now at the 5th year, y'all keep it 5 years. And now you, in a sense, you get your 20,000 back. You still get paid on a monthly. You still get paid monthly because you in the deal, or y'all can get paid yearly, however y'all want to set it up, or quarterly. Everybody does it differently. I like to do mine yearly. So then at the end of the 5th year, you get your 20,000 back. And let's say you get another 20,000. So now you got $40,000. Now y'all say, okay, now we got 40, let's go bigger. Now you on the phone with somebody who say, hey, yeah, I can fund y'all. I can give y'all 80%, or you can get put down 20% and we'll fund the rest and give you, now you're in a $5 million deal. I'm telling y'all, these numbers, it's crazy, the numbers that I see out there and everything that I see. And some people, they don't really like to talk about the money. You know, some people out there really getting it, but they're just doing their thing. You wouldn't even know how big they're going. And it's just something that's just out there. You know, they're just going to get it. I'm going to read the questions. Okay. So that is, just a piece of how you can do your own real estate, how you can get with other people and do real estate. It's so many different aspects of real estate. It's crazy to me. And it's all about connections though. And I think a lot of us are scared to make those connections because it may be a big number. And when we get to, it used to be for me, I didn't mess with the $1 million deals. And this was back in 2011. I didn't mess with the the $1 million deals because I was like, I'm not putting up no dang $1 million. And then I met these two guys, 21 and 22, and they had made, back in 2010, they made 2.3 million. And then that's when I said, okay, I'm done. These 21 and 22 years old, they made 2.3 million, and I'm doing single family. I got renters. I said, okay, I'm done. At that point, I told myself, and y'all got to do the same thing. You got to make a decision. You got to tell yourself, okay, I'm done playing small. I'm done. I said, I'm done. And that's when I went to a deal, 8.9 million, put down $100 to get into the deal. $100. And I didn't believe it because the guys they showed me a deal for 1.5 million. They put up 150 bucks. And I was like, I was just sitting there, arms folded like, lying mother. But anyway, I was like, let me find out. So when I got my opportunity, I said, let me see if this works. And it worked. And I was like, I was in shock. I was like, I don't believe this is going down. This is 8.9. And I got the contract too. And I put the contract out. That was back in maybe 2012 or something. Maybe 2011, 2012. I put the contract out there to all these different social media sites that I knew people did real estate in. And then they was like, because they saw the $100. It was like, that's bullcrap, man. I wouldn't give you that deal, blah, 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 blah. I get that. I still get that today. It don't matter. But I'm used to it. I wouldn't give you that deal. How you know? And I said, well, it's not your deal to give. But it's all about the education. So the further I go up in deals, the more people try to come for me. And I tell anybody out there, when you come for me, bring a lunch because we about to go. I'm going all the way in. When I come off the top ropes, I don't play games because I look at this. This is my legacy. I'm passionate about what I do. I love doing what I do. And anybody who try to take food off my plate, I'm coming off the top ropes. I don't give any chances and all that. I do say to people, hey, my brother, because sometimes it's different people. Hey, my man, this is not what you want. And I post something. How you gonna do a casino? How you gonna do? I said, bro, this not what you want. I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm not that dude. I'm hungry. You don't get it. And I said, we just do different things, and let's keep it like that. You go ahead and move on, because if you stay here, I'm going to educate the people, and you're just going to be a part of my education. So I really educate people. And I got one group that's probably 60,000 people in there. And I had like 5 people coming at me. And I just started saying, okay, just start tossing them bombs at them. And slowly but surely, they just shut the hell up. This is life, y'all. This is our legacy. This is what we need to be building on. Real estate has to be in your portfolio at some point in time. I don't care when. The thing, you can look at all these multi-millionaires and billionaires, they have real estate in their portfolio someplace. So real estate, it's definitely going away, but there's no more land being built. You can best believe that. So you see a lot of people coming over here from overseas to buy up everything. So that's on the real estate perspective. Now, from the credit perspective, Max got that, take that for action. You can get money via your credit. You can get money via business credit. For me, how I started out, I'm gonna just give y'all this so y'all can have a better understanding. I started out trying to get funded with my real estate business and credit. So when you look at business credit, for me, business credit is not giving a personal guarantee, not using your social security number. Now, as you build business credit, you're going to use your social security number, and it's okay. But when you go for the big money, you're not going to put up a social. They can get your EIN if that's what they ask for, but they can't get your social security number because you're actually building and you don't want a personal guarantee. If they ask for your social, they're trying to check your stuff out, and you're going to give a personal guarantee. So they lie too. They lie. It is what it is. So as I was building my business credit, what happened is I kept getting denied. And real estate is one of those industries. There's different industries that's less likely to be funded. You have less lenders out there. Lenders outside of banks. We have banks. A lot of people say, "Oh, I went to the bank. Ain't nobody gonna give me no PG." I'm saying, well, have you tried lenders? But before you try lenders, your business has to be set up. What does that mean? That means, and people fight me on this all the time, and I just be like, y'all don't want this smoke, because I'm telling you, I had to go. It took me a year to understand it, to really get through it. So it's more of having a professional business address, professional email, everything in a sense professional. If you have a Gmail, and I still have a Gmail, I have a Yahoo, and I post it out, and people say, well, why don't you have a Yahoo? Why you still got a Yahoo? I mean, but you're not doing business with me to that level So why would I give you my professional business email? Don't make sense. So you can get this Yahoo or Gmail. I mean, that's just what it is. So when you're doing business on that side, everything has to be straight. Some things you need to look at, and I know some people do this. We have those. It's a thing called a shelf corporation. So you may hear it in your business, or people may try to sell you on it. And what a shelf corporation is a business that was built, and what they did is literally put it on the shelf and let it age. And they let it age, and they let it age, and they let it age, and then they get people out there to say, hey, you can buy this business. It's 5 years of age for 5 years. It's going to make your business look better. This is what I know from a lender's perspective. Anytime you add something to your account, your business account, a shelf corporation, a trade line, a lender can see it. So if I do up a shelf corporation and put it on the shelf and let it age, and then I'm trying to sell it to Max go out there to the lender can see the name change. People would think they're getting over. I'm just like, and I had to learn this because I went and interviewed lenders and bankers to try to understand how to get funded, because how to get funded with no PG. That's what I was doing. I spent time doing this. And so a lot of people think they're getting over, and I'm not saying this is wrong either. So even on our personal credit side, some people get an authorized user, and that's okay. If you can get it, get it. It is what it is. And that shoots your score up or what have you if they have good credit. So now let's say you have a 740 credit score. Now you go to get funding. A lender can see that you're an authorized user. So some of their programs are set up to say, we're going to take that. They're going to weigh that. They're going to weigh that because lenders look at about 125 items to fund you. And that's why people who have an 830, 840, be like, I got an 845. How can I get denied? Because there's more factors than just a credit score. So that credit score is okay. But for me, I can manipulate a credit score. I mean, I can make a credit score shoot up 100 points. Boom. Now you got 100 points more. So it can all be manipulated. I'm telling you, if 845 looks good, so why can't you get funded, big guy? You got an 845. You're supposed to, you people walking around, I'm in the 800 club. I'm be like, but you can't get nothing. And don't be in the 800 club and you ain't do nothing with it. You might as well have a 350. If you got an 800 credit score and you're not utilizing it to get 0% interest from 6 to 18 months, you might as well not have one. Why are you having it? Why you want it? It's a waste of time. The other thing is a waste of time is people who have, my house is paid off. I got $250,000 paid off. Okay. So now that's lazy money. So you telling me you got 80% of $250,000, because that's sometimes what they'll give you, and you're not even using it. You're not even leveraging it. So what they paying you at 4.25% on that money right there. 9 times out of 10 from a bank or a lender, that might be the rate. It's probably a little less than 5%. So now let's say, let me do quick math. Let's say you got 250,000, right? Numbers guy, y'all. Sorry about that. You got 250,000, and they tell you they'll give you 80%. So they'll give you 200,000. They're gonna give you 200,000 to where you can go out there. Let's say you get 5 friends, y'all at $1 million again. 5 people with 200,000, you at $1 million. So now you get a $5 million asset. Imagine that. Now you cash flowing 10%. You only owe the bank 4.25%. You cash flowing 10%. You got 5-something% that you stocking away. That's how we make money. We make money, and just like the banks do, they make money off of us. We need to go out and our money needs to make money. Your money should leave your pockets. It should go find friends, and it needs to come back. What we don't do is, I had one guy, and I was very disappointed. I was so disappointed in this guy. And I said, hey, man, he told me his story and everything. I said, man, I can get you some funding out there with a lender at 0% interest. He was like, no, man, I ain't borrowing no money. And he got a PhD. I said, bro, what you mean? I said, it's at 0%. I mean, what you gonna do? Use your own money? Yeah, I just want to, man, I don't want to borrow no money, because he started quoting the Bible, and I ain't, that's, it is what it is. And he said, the Bible says, and I'm like, oh, Okay, if that's what you want to be, I'm not, you do what you do. But I just, for some people, you're just going to have to walk away. Because if you don't want money at 0%, what you want it for? 9%, 10%? Why would you not want money at 0% so you can keep growing whatever you're going to grow? It just didn't make sense to me. And some people, I just be like, okay, I did that to a dude today. I just said, he said some stuff, and I was like, okay, I can give him a thumbs up, and then move. As you learn, uh, real estate is my core, and then everything else revolves around it as I do what I do. And so I learned really, and some people, they're looking at my page 35 on their page 1. And they said, one guy was like, Charles, I don't know what you do, man. You got nonprofit, you doing government contracting, you doing business credit, man. What are you doing? I don't understand what you're doing. I said, my brother, it's not for you to understand. So you're looking at where you don't know where I came from, though. You don't know what I know. I know real estate. And after you learn it, now you bring on something else. Then you learn it. Then I took a year for business credit. I learned it. Then I brought something else. Then I did the nonprofit. Then I learned it. I was down in Atlanta for like 3 days getting training, and up here in Virginia getting training. I learned it. And then I brought on something else. So you have to learn something. I mean, it's more of, I don't know how y'all schedules are set up, but I'll give y'all this one. This got me out of corporate. This got me out of the 6-figure, the good Joel, you know. This got me out of corporate. So what I did is I broke down my world. And what I did is I had a 2-week calendar set out, and I put at the top Monday through Friday. And at the bottom, from the time I got up to the time I went to bed, I put the times, and I did it in 30-minute increments. And what I did is I posted everything that I was doing. And when I looked at my schedule, I saw on Wednesday, I watched 6 hours of TV, y'all. Ooh, 6 hot ones. And I'm a basketball fiend. I'm watching 6. I'm just getting it. There was LeBron on. We got the NBA. We got the college March Madness. And I'm just like, peeled, getting it. And that just taught me that we have time. We all have time. We just don't really want to make time. And some people need more sleep. Some people want more sleep. I'm sitting there talking to a lady on social media, and she gonna say, no, we all need 8 to 10 hours of sleep. And I said, I get it. I hear you. It sounds good. But we're not where we need to be right now. So in this short, if you did like this, like I did y'all before, whoever went to the thing, that was 100 years, 50 years, 25, 12 and a half, 7. Then that little bit right there, that little bit right there would be your 3 years. You got to grind out for those 3. So you can have 75, 80, 90 that you can just do whatever the heck you want to do. But if you don't do those 3, and I'm talking about being consistent, persistent, it's not going to work for you. The one thing that we all have is time right now. God willing, we have time. We have time and memories. The only thing we think about, time and memories, we start thinking about the memories when time is up. Everything we do revolves around time. Numbers, how many beats per second? We still living. What's the temperature outside? The sun revolves around the earth how many times? The numbers, how far is it from the sun to the earth? Everything is numbers and time, y'all. If you can focus in on your time to maximize it, I'm telling you, nobody can stop you, because then you can get your, if you don't respect your time, you won't get it. You won't get it back to use it. And some people say, I'm late because my parents is late. I lost out on, I think it was $250,000 because of late. I was 5 minutes late. I came to a meeting with the guy who was going to fund one of my deals. I was going to make $250,000. I'm never going to forget that in my life. As soon as I got there, the guy stood up and he said, you're late. And I said, I know it was traffic. I should have called, blah, blah, blah. He said, you don't understand. He said, late is rude. I was never late again. I don't do that because I needed my time back. And so when I put myself in position to win, you can put a lot of people in position to win. Some people are going to they just don't have it in them. They just don't. And y'all mindset is different. Y'all work with Max. I already know her mindset is different. We all have the same mindset. We're all going for it. We're only going to meet out of 100 people, 2 or 3 people that's going to have your same mindset or that can be transformed to what you want to work with. That's it. So don't be trying to, I don't believe they don't get this. They don't understand what the hell we're trying to do. Let it go. Let it go. This is where I stay. I tell people, well, everybody not going to want to do it. That's fine. That's fine. And this is where I stay. I say, they may come later, and walk away. I'm talking cousins. I'm talking my sister's brothers. I'm talking, it doesn't matter. They may come later, and leave it there. And you have to leave people where they are. I'm going to give you all this quick one. So I'm down in North Carolina at my brother's house. He stays in a trailer, a single wide trailer. It is what it is. And I learned then to let go. So no judging. That's just where you want to live. Fine. I don't really care what you do. I'm cool. Go see my brother. I go to his house and I can't really get through the door. I literally have to slide in through the door. And it's a trailer, right? So I get in, and the trailer, I mean, it's not that big, single wide. So I'm sitting on a couch, and I see the reason I can't get through the door. He has a 65-inch TV that's so big that you got to crack the door to get in. And this is how he looks. I'm sitting on the couch. The screen is so big, and I mean, it's almost like I'm right up on the doggone screen. I'm like, oh my God, this is like right up on you. It's like you're in the TV. That's how it was. And so I see him out the corner of my eyes. I look at the TV and I look at him. I look at the TV. I look back at him and he's standing there like, and you know what we got to do, right? We got to be like, I see you. I see you. That's where he is. And he's cool with that. So, yeah. That's just where it is. So I leave it right there. That's what people that I know too. I'm in Detroit. That's what my hometown. I get the rental car. Y'all remember them real small cars, Geo Metros? That was oh my gosh, that was many years ago. I got this little compact Geo Metro. Drive to my cousin's house because my mom was over there on the front. And then my cousin, literally female, she jumps off the porch and was like, oh shoot, what up, cuz? And she looking at the car, she was like, it's like she's seen a Bentley. Is that you, cuz? Oh my goodness, oh my. It was a Geo Metro. And guess what I said? Yeah, it's me, that's me. Oh shoot. Leave people where they are, family. I'm telling you, it's gonna be so much easier. And just keep moving. Just keep moving. It's okay. It's okay. Leave them where they are. I don't care. I have friends right now. Got one. He's working 3 jobs down in Atlanta. He's a police officer and he does security. And I saw him, I'd be seeing him online. It'd be like midnight. He'd be like, I should be at home sleep right now. And I'd just be like, some of these people have been jumping from job to job. They have yet to ask me what I do. Hey, I don't care. I walked away 14 September 2012 from a 6-figure income doing ballistic missile defense, and people have yet to ask me what I do. It's 2020, and these people I've known for like 20 years. Be okay. It doesn't matter. They see me in different places. Oh man, you so lucky. And I just keep moving. I can care less if they work for the next 50 years, y'all. It's not about everybody else. Focus in on your why, the reason you're doing this, and go all the hell out. And everybody who doubted you, 2 things is going to happen. Either they're going to prove themselves right, or you're going to prove them wrong. If they waiting on me, I will guarantee they're going to be proved wrong because I'm always going to win. Y'all have to get that mentality. I'm always going to win. Either you learn or you win. That's it. You can't lose in this business, this industry. Once you surround yourself with the right people, nobody can stop y'all. Like nobody. That's my mentality. I'm going to outwork as many people as I need to. I don't care what everybody else is doing. Because when I drop what I need to drop, people are going to be throwing up. I'll just get bags. Because I'm serious about mine. And it's just, I haven't even posted on my timeline, my main timeline. People been hitting me up. Charles, what you been doing? I'm good. And then I'm just going, boom. Y'all gonna see it though. Y'all gonna see it. I'm about to drop like Hiroshima type bombs on them. And I'm just gonna sit back and just walk away and be like, oh, he really, y'all think I'm playing. I'm telling y'all, this is my legacy that I'm building. So I'm really passionate about it. And it's all about bringing as many people on as possible. I'm gonna be doing some stuff for y'all. Max, I haven't told you yet, but I'm gonna spill a little bit of the beans right now. Some of the things that I'm working on, it's gonna involve stores and stuff like that, but it's down the road. So I was gonna bring it up that later, but since we're on, oh well. But some of the stuff I'm working on, I don't know what type of products and services the people in your class have. Whatever it can be that can fit into what I'm doing. My goal is to, try to bring people in to where, we're going to have, let me give y'all a snapshot, and everybody that's on this can have a better understanding. So we're building luxury apartments. We're going to have dry cleaners. We're going to have, literally, if you can think of everything involved in a city, from retail stores to everything involved in a city. Literally, one of them is going to be 200 million. One of them is going to be 500 million. And I'll send y'all the contents. You can kind of, y'all already saw some of the stuff that's going to be in. We're going to be building those in different places. And so with that comes stores, and if somebody has a storefront, and I'm an equity player. So I'm going to be like, no, I think we're going to go with this company right here. The only thing I'm telling people that I know, I'm just like, you got to be on your P's and Q's. Because if I bring a company and somebody else brings a company, and this company is, we just now getting started. I'm like, this is a high class area that's going to produce a lot of money. I don't know if we can use a startup right now. And they got somebody that's been established for 10 years. Not to say you got to be established for 10 years, but the books got to be in order. So I can literally say, no, I think we're going to go with this company. Because the guys that I work with, they're engineers, architects. They're not thinking about, what store is going to go right here. Nobody's really thinking about that so much. And just like a convenience store, I want access to everything, to where, I can get them out of there if I have to. But if I got a product, or something I can put on the shelf, I want to be able to put it on the shelf. I want that in. And so I'm gonna be extending that to you, Max, and the people that's in your class for the different things that I do. And I sent y'all one today, but let me give y'all this one too. I'm gonna send y'all. I'm gonna put it in the group because you need to see some of the stuff that's happening. So another thing that I'm working on right now is after this project though. I got a guy. He has a building right in Virginia Beach, right on the beach, right on the beach. And he said, this guy's an older gentleman, and he said, Charles, I'm gonna tell you right now, man, I've made all the money I need to make. He said, my kids are good, my grandkids are good. He said, but I'd be willing to sell you my building, and I'll talk to the next two owners over, because I know them, and they'll sell you that one, and you can take over the whole block on the beach, in Virginia Beach, right next to the Something in the Water event, which Pharrell be holding up here when he got Jay-Z and all them. Woo, but anyway, so he said, take over the whole block, and he wants to build up, because we can build up almost, I think 180 floors now, and he wants to build these high rises with condos and Airbnb and have retail and everything like that. And I'm just like, goodness gracious, that is going to be amazing. We're doing that. I got a casino right now. That's going to be right outside of Vegas. They just sent me the non-disclosure today. So I got to fill that out. I'm going to send it out tomorrow. And my goal is to get them funded. I got a company that want to fund 100% of that one. So I'll be an equity player. Well, not an equity player in that one. I'm going to get a percentage. I'm seeing how to get into the equity part of that. So along with that casino, they want to build an amphitheater. So with an amphitheater comes people who do music and everything like that. So my thing is, any connection that I have that I can put people on, you know, hey, I mean, and sometimes all it takes is to get backstage. And I can tell that from the lady that I'm working with. She worked with, she used to work out in Vegas, and she's done over 200 plus shows with, I forgot the name of the company, but she's in like the big shows with the folks out there, and she know some of the people from back in the day. They used to ask her to get backstage and just have a conversation with somebody that's a star already. And so I'm definitely gonna have access to that. I've been talking to her for probably about 2 years, and they just now got, you know, their stuff together, and they want to go forward with this casino. And we got a Ritz-Carlton coming. We got a resort coming. We got, and this is the big one now. So this is the next week. What's this week? The week of next week, end of next week, my mentor coming back from overseas. He coming, I'm gonna meet him in DC. So this is what I'm about to do in my world. I'm about to present him with over $1 billion worth of deals with the B. So, and the project that I showed y'all today, I already showed him a piece of it. He said, okay, bring that up to DC. Let's sit down and let's talk about it. Let me tell you where I'm coming from. He told me specifically, I'm gonna go back a little bit. So he and I, well, he was putting up the money. I wasn't putting up the money. He was putting up that $150 million for a casino out in Vegas. We're flying out there to meet this team that was from California. It was 4 of them. So what happened is one of the guys, the second guy, he would not give my mentor the phone number to the guy who owns a casino. And my mentor said, if he don't give the phone number, we just won't do the deal. We'll walk away. And so the guy did not give the phone number. So all 3 of us and myself, we missed out on millions upon millions, because out in Vegas, we were going to do, and some stuff in California, we were going to do that casino. And that casino was going to be like the one they have down there, Fortune Blue. It's going to be like the Fortune Blue in Miami. It's not Fortune Blue, Fountain Blue. It's going to be like the Fountain Blue in Miami. They're going to put it, they want one in Vegas. But, you know, God is always good. Let me tell y'all. So that got pulled off. We had 4 other deals. We're going to do some high rises with them. We're going to do some luxury apartments with them. That all went away because that guy he wanted to be bigger than the deal. So my mentor told all of them on the phone, he's going to give them $150 million. Next 30 days, he's going to give them another $150 million. And that's what was going on. We already had the date set out to fly out there, and everything was set. And that deal went away. But like I said, God is good all the time. So here in Virginia, it's 2 casinos I got access to. And then the other casino that's out there outside of Vegas. So that's 3 casinos I still have access to. And we're going to be doing the same thing that they were doing out there here in Virginia with the high rises, luxury apartments, and everything. And so I told my mentor, I said, hey, we lost that on, we didn't get that one, but I got the same thing because this is what you asked for. He asked for luxury apartments, condos, bam, apartment complexes, got it. So I'm about to present that to him because he found me, social media, make sure your social media cleaned up. He found me on LinkedIn, y'all. He got in touch with me on LinkedIn. And I've been knowing him over 3 years, never asked him for one dime, nothing, ever, ever, ever. He said, Charles, we need to do some business together. Yes, sir. Where do you need me to be? Because I will fly. It doesn't matter to me. I'm going to be there. And so I'm about to put over $1 billion worth of deals in front of him. And I'm at an 80% right now because I've been sending them stuff. Because if you ask me for something and I give it to you, I want you to go all in. And he's the one who told me, Charles, 150 million is not a lot of money. He said that. And so this deal that we're working on is 170 to 200 million. So I'm about to lay that in front of him. Once he does this deal, listen to my words, y'all. Once he does this deal, not if he does, words have meaning. Once he does this deal, it's game over. One deal is game over. He don't even have to bring $1 billion. He brings 200 million to this, or to break it down from a real estate perspective, once you have access to land, he brings 24 million to this. We buy out all the land. I have another lender that's going to swoop in. I just wrote down like let me see, I got about 5 or 6 lenders right now that I just wrote down. I said funders. Let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I got about 5 or 6 lenders that can swoop in and put up. I got ones attached to a hedge fund, one's attached to an insurance agency that can swoop in and pay $200 million for this entire project. So, but the one thing you never do, I'm not relying on him to do it. Just because I have other people lined up. You always want to have more people than just one person. So I got another person I'm meeting in Atlanta, and I'm about to spread this out. 24 million, 30 million, buy the land out. I already got somebody to come in and pay for the whole project. Once that project get paid for, the domino effects happen. Let me give y'all a bigger picture. Let me show y'all this big picture. So what's going to happen in this area? We're going to build one. So what we're doing is people fly. We're doing this. This is on an international level. We want more people to come to Virginia and specifically our area. So they're going to fly into Norfolk, Virginia. We're going to get them from the plane, take them to that structure where we're going to have those light rails. The light rails are already here. We're going to start attaching them. We want the light rail to go right inside the building and then drop people off. So people don't have to go anywhere. They're right inside the building. And then from one structure to the next, it's going to be almost right on the water. And so we have high-speed ferries. The high-speed ferry is going to take you to one, to the next, to the next. And then we have the golf course that's coming. It's not in this area. It's in Virginia, though. We got the golf course coming, that the Ritz-Carlton, because the guys we're working with, they done already built like 4 or 5 Ritz-Carltons. And we're going to be taking the land around and making it into like Airbnb and stuff like that. So it's a lot of projects out there, but you know, however I can, y'all just keep doing y'all stuff. Max giving y'all information and everything, and y'all keep doing y'all thing. And when I get to a point to where, you know, I can kind of look at all the things we're going to need, literally think about a whole city. I mean, I got somebody that's going to cut the grass. You know, I got landscapers. I'm just thinking of people that I know that do good business, because those are people I'm gonna work with. And I know some people gonna come to me and I know they're not about their business. So I'm gonna be like, ugh. So what I've been doing along my whole journey is watching people. I watch people work. I want to see they grind. I want to see what they doing. I want to see if they consistent, because those are people that I want to work with on something like this, to where I can go into a group of people and say, hey, yeah, this person is solid. Oh, please believe it. If you come through me, you have, I'm be like, come on, I brought them here. They're solid. I want to be able to say that with not even like, well, you know, they all right. I don't really know them like that. No, I've been watching this person for years. Oh, they solid. They good people. We're going to let them take the laundromat. We're going to let them take the salon. We're going to let them take the restaurant. We're going to let them take the build outs. We're going to let them take the dry cleaning. We're going to let, I mean, everything got to be done. I mean, think about it. We're going to need everything. So anything we could think of. I already told my team of folks, I said, y'all better get ready. Y'all better get ready, because when it come, I don't want I'm not ready. I don't know, because I'm running. The bus is not going to stop. The train is moving. You got to jump on. So be ready, because all this is coming. This is not even, I'm telling you, once I go up there, I'm giving him in that meeting my best self. I don't even know if that's even, I can interpret it like that, but he will get my best self at that meeting. And I had one of my guys that I mentor, this not the one, not this meeting. What else y'all got? Talk to me. Give me something.
Oh my goodness. I'm over here like, I had to come stand up. I was sitting down, Charles. Thank you so much. So I have a question. I'm excited, y'all. I'm excited to stand up. I have a question. So say I have 10 women inside my program and we all get our credit together. What's the game plan? What should we do to get into real estate together?
So if I was y'all, you got to figure out where's the money coming from up front. I have lenders that will fund on your your credit scores. I got lenders that will fund on an asset. And so you're going to start looking for assets that's going to be cash producing assets. And if I were y'all, I would go out. I'm not big on single family because if it's going to make money, it's going to make money. It's all numbers. But to really get that money flowing, you can go to like a 16 or 20 unit and, go to a 16, 20 unit. And all y'all coming together, you get that in this cash flow and y'all going to, you making money off of that. So it's more going to be looking for that asset, finding out where y'all money coming from, what everybody bringing to the table. And what I do with my investors is whatever amount of money you're bringing to the table, that's the percentage you're going to get. So if you bring 10% of the total, you're going to get, your 10% on the back end when we do all the cash outs. One thing I'll do for y'all is there's different pieces to real estate when you're doing, you do an LLC. It's just like I have my people with me as I do my LLCs. I have one, it's called a general part. It's like cut it in half. Like one side is a general partner side, and that's the person that's going to do literally all the work. And then the limited partner side, they just kind of bring the funding. So what I do with people is I say, you can be on the limited partner side, but I can show you every step of the way of how I do what I do. So y'all can actually come along for the ride if y'all want to, and I can show y'all how I went about and got this 20 unit and show you the steps to it. That's what I be wanting Jay Morrison to do. I ain't throwing no heat at him. I mean, I love the dude. And I want him to show how he got the 102 unit. And I want him to break it down from start to finish. Don't let people just invest. I want you to invest, but now let me show you. Because seeing is believing. You may not get everything, but if you see it once, twice, 20, 30, 40 times, you're going to get something. You're going to pick up something, and then you're going to move from there. So that may be the fastest route for y'all. The other thing is studying. Like I said, you can go to my YouTube and study and just keep getting the videos. I got videos I haven't even put up yet. Oh my gosh. So what other question you got? I hope that answered it.
Yes, that's definitely right. You guys also, Charles has tons of courses that are free. He gives away tons of free content that people don't even know about. Charles, what's that website again?
That is hiddengemconsulting.com. I'll type it in as well. Gemconsulting.com. HIDDENGEM consulting consulting.com. Yeah, I got stuff on there you can actually download from the real estate when I have a for sale by owner checklist. I have a couple of different checklists, from a nonprofit checklist. Everybody say, I want to do a nonprofit. Okay, get that checklist. And then when they see it, they be like, ooh, a nonprofit, huh? Yeah, nonprofit. And let me tell you how you can leverage a nonprofit if you have one. This is just hit me all of a sudden. So if you have a nonprofit, or you're going to get one. So what I'm doing with my nonprofit, they're going to be building a museum, and my nonprofit is going to donate it to the city. So with that being said, the money has to flow through my nonprofit. So let's say 10 million flow through my nonprofit. Once it hit my nonprofit, I'm leveraging that 10 million. I'm gonna be like, hey, I got 10 million. Okay, if you get 10 million, somebody else, a lender will give you 10 million. That's leverage. So I'm about to get my leverage on. It's not a game. What other questions? Go ahead.
Y'all come on with it. Y'all got questions for Charles? Y'all can ask questions about business credit or real estate, nonprofit questions.
Government contracts. It don't matter. This is just
phenomenal, Charles. You blow my mind every time we talk. This is awesome. Awesome.
It's gonna get ugly. It's gonna get real ugly.
They quiet on y'all. Come on, y'all got questions? Charlie, raise her hand. Go ahead, Charlie.
They come later. Go ahead.
I wanted to know, how do you get started with the government funding? I feel like you went over it, but could you go in more detail?
A lot of stuff for the more detailed stuff, I put literally almost everything I do, I put on that hiddengemconsulting.com. I know I have a step-by-step on there.
Okay, so just check that out. And it's
Yeah, even if you went to my YouTube, I got stuff that's step by step, like business credit steps. I got real estate steps. I got real estate where I'm on the phone with buyers, talking to them, with sellers, talking to them. And I really went through deals, and I'm just making phone calls. It's like, it's just content. You know, it's a lot of content out there. But this is what happens. I talk to people and I say, did you go through the YouTube? Yeah, I mean, I kind of looked at it. All right. That's okay, sure. All right. Some people be kind of looking at stuff, and that's cool with me. Hey, everybody don't want it like I want it, and I get it.
Preach, Charles, preach. Jesse said her mind is so blown. Y'all, for those of you out who did not come to our Atlanta mastermind, we literally spent like 8 hours around the board table with Charles, and he actually let us hear some of his international contacts when he was closing deals, guys. We're talking about million and billion-dollar deals. So we're just excited. Charles, I know the ladies are so excited they can't even talk right now because they're working really hard on their credit. Some of them are forming LLCs. Some of them are trading Forex. So they're trying to get their capital gain up. And essentially what I want us all to do is my whole investment club to leverage their credit together as a group and practice group economics with this real estate thing. That is the vision. So we're trying to get to the gold mine here in 2020. So I'm just so excited about some of them because they're very close to hitting their 700 credit scores. And even though I know you don't necessarily need that high, for some states it's like 620, 640 to get into real estate, but we're aiming for those 700 credit scores so that we can get funded.
Without a doubt. Without a doubt. Well, I'll tell you this. For the other folks, since you recorded this, they can get this, but I still want they may have. But if they watch this as well, you know, they're still gonna be able to get the heat off of this. But we'll still get on live too, and spend we'll probably spend less time. Because then I'll be like, oh, we're going to watch the video because you're going to get this, this, and this, you know?
Yeah, no problem. And we definitely, it's about 12 minutes over the hour. So we respect your time, Charles. Thank you for being such an amazing mentor to me. Since the day we met, you've just been pumping me with knowledge and, growing my mind and definitely teaching me how to grow my money so that I can teach my students to do the same thing. So again, we thank you. Y'all thank Charles in the comments, like if he gave y'all some sauce.
Do
he
what
gave
you
y'all
do.
some sauce. Let's go. Yes, y'all. This is exciting.
I'm about to study real estate. I don't know what y'all doing. I study almost every day. I really think it's just, even if it's 20, 30 minutes just looking at different stuff, that's just part of it.
Awesome. Charles, what is your YouTube channel so that they have it?
Charles McCutchen. You can type in Charles McCutchen real estate and it'll come up. Let me see.
I think I follow you. I know you have tons of content on business credit because I follow your channel.
Yep. You type in Charles McCutchen real estate, it'll pop up, or Charles McCutchen business credit, and then it's just there.
All right, Charles, we got homework to do. Thank you so much. Y'all thank him again. Thank you so much. We got homework to do. Team, this is amazing. I'm so excited. I feel like 6 months from now, 4 months from now, 3 months from now, we should be talking about getting our first deal. So I'm excited, Charles. Thank you.
Do what y'all do. Y'all take it easy.
All right. Have a good night. All right.
All right.
All right. Bye.
Later.